Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. So we're actually recording this because the next couple days are going to be kind of crazy. I won't be around tomorrow night, which is Friday night. I'm sure we'll cover these games on the live show at least once or twice, but just because the next couple days are going to be crazy, I figured we just record some so we definitely have something out talking about the Final Four. We got 4 1 seeds that, I mean, obviously a lot of people are upset about it. I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, I think the tournament's going to be great no matter what happens, but, I mean, these are some serious games. That Duke line is a little steep, though, but I guess we'll start with the other game first because that's on first. First up, the Gators against Auburn, Florida laying 2.5. Before you guys go, I can tell you straight up, I'm not turning my back on the Gators. I'm a big Walter Clayton fan. I have them in the national championship losing to Purdue. So obviously that's not going to happen, but I have Florida winning this game in my bracket. Sticking with them. It'll be Gators for me. Scoop?
Yeah, I told you before I took a really, really big chance putting all 1 seeds in my bracket. That's what happened.
You did tell me.
I mean, altogether, the tournament was kind of unexciting except for like 5 out of 60 games. But yeah, I mean, here we are. Hopefully this comes down to some fun. Both of these teams had some trouble through the tournament, but I mean, Florida looked a bit rough with UConn and A&M, but I don't know. I can't turn my back on Florida right now either. This is also a rematch, obviously, from earlier this season when Florida beat Auburn 90-81. That was a few months ago now. It's just hard for me to get off Florida. It's not really going against Auburn. I said they were the best team all year, but Florida's offense looks great, and I really like Florida's offense better right now. I like their perimeter more. Florida runs the break better than any other team in the country, except Milwaukee, which was insane. But yeah, Trevor might know. If this comes down to a free throw game, neither team shoots particularly well. It's 148th and 153rd. The funny thing with that first game is Auburn actually won the offensive rebounding battle against Florida, which just doesn't happen, and they still lost by 9. I don't see that happening again. Florida actually was winning that game by 21 points. I don't know if anyone remembers, and that was in the jungle. So Broome may be the best player on the court. I would assume he's healthy here. He said he's fully healthy with his elbow because with the injury. But, I mean, if we're looking for one player to make a shot and be big down the stretch, I agree with Kyle. I mean, Clayton's awesome right now. Florida definitely can't afford to fall behind in this one, not like UConn or the Texas Tech game. I mean, Auburn will definitely make you pay for that. But I think they're going to go at it like the first game where they just attack the whole time, pressured Auburn's shooters. And Florida really does have the size to play inside out. I think they have the better players here. This should be a close one. Regardless, hopefully a good game. If this was over a possession, I may take Auburn, but I like the 2.5 line. Also, in case you're betting overs, Gators hit the over in 11 straight.
11 straight games?
11 straight. And Tigers were 21-16 to the over this season, so it might be a back and forth over game. But I like Florida. I like 2.5.
I'll put the over up. I mean, it's the Final Four. I'm sure people are interested in the total as well. So Scoop likes the over 11 straight for Florida. Trev, are we sweeping with the Gators here?
Yeah, we got a clean sweep here. Florida for me. I know a lot of people. That first game against Auburn, Florida was catching 11. They won by 9. Now they're laying 2.5.
Wow.
Broome did get hurt. He came back, but he had one arm. He had one arm. He was rebounding with one arm. He wasn't doing much of anything with both hands. So. He's back. He'll get some rest. Bruce Pearl was on Pardon My Take the other day and was talking about the Broome injury when they're going to give him a couple days of rest. They're not going to make him practice much. They just want him to heal up and be 100%. So, I don't think he needs the practice. Obviously, like they've seen this team, he's like a 24-year-old man. So, I mean, he just needs his time to recoup. But, I like Florida. Walter Clayton is the X factor here. Not that he's, some unknown, but the dude hits ridiculous shots, and he has been all year. If he goes cold this game, they're screwed. But the guard play for Florida, not to mention the size they have down low, definitely can combat Auburn here in this one. And Condon's been really, really good. He got burned up a little bit in that UConn game, but he came back. And yes, Florida was trailing against Texas Tech by like 9 with like 3 minutes left, and UConn, then they came back. But they found a way. They came back. They got it done. Backs were against the wall 9 minutes, down 4 or 5 possessions, whatever you want to argue it, and they got it done. So I don't think Auburn will take their foot off the gas if they're up late, but Florida finds a way. They've got elite guard play. They've got Walter Clayton. They've got Condon. They've got other bigs that they can rotate in. And Auburn, Todd Golden was on Auburn's staff under Bruce Pearl. So this is a little teacher versus the student part two. And I think Todd Golden knows what Bruce Pearl likes to run. I'm sure Bruce Pearl has a couple of things up his sleeve to combat that. But I think Florida, just given their guard play, their shot making, their clutchness that they've shown throughout this tournament, I think it's going to show up, and I think they get this done. So I'm going to take Florida. I'm just going to play money line. I'm not going to dick around with point spreads in the Final Four because these lines have been razor sharp. So Florida money line, and then I like the over too. Especially late game. Free throws, fouling, it's, you could easily get 7-8 points the last 15 seconds of this game just because of fouling and making shots, because it's the end of the road. So they're just not going to give up to the buzzers at 0. So over and Florida money line.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like a 5-point game late, and they're just going to foul. And I just, free throws are going to come in late.
Before we get on to the next game, usually we have a poll running because we're live. Obviously, that's not the case right now. Do you think everyone's going to be betting Florida? It's like that type of game? Like, what's the public perception, you think?
I think the public perception is Florida's awesome. Auburn, they did flounder down the stretch of the season they lost 3 of their last 4 or something like that.
But also, Florida's looked worse in this tournament than Auburn, so...
Yeah.
Okay. I think it'll be kind of split.
Yeah, that's what because I feel like the overall results, of course, the public would love Florida. But that what Scoop just said, last couple of games, Florida was stumbling against UConn. I mean, Florida didn't look all that great. They didn't cover the number in their last 2, I don't think, right? They haven't covered the last 2.
Yeah, Tech, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, Tech, they did not. Texas Tech covered. I forget, UConn covered also.
UConn covered.
They actually didn't cover against Norfolk in the opening round either, did they?
They were laying like 28.5.
Yeah,
landed by 26.
Yeah, so if you've been betting Florida ATS in this tournament, you're not doing well. That's the point I'm making. So, yeah, I'm riding with the Gators. I'm a Walter Clayton fan. Let's move on to the next one, which is...
Oh, and I'm obligated to say Baker Mazzara can get ejected at any point in this game.
At any point. Now...
What are the odds on that?
Look,
I don't know. I'll take the over half ejection, though, just for funsies.
I know that Duke is considered probably 2 points to 3 points better than any other team in the country this year, but 5.5 to Houston seems like a little much. I can't bet Houston because I've grown to hate Houston. They shouldn't be here. Purdue should be here. The Boilers were robbed. I can't like this team.
Not a great inbound defense, that's for sure.
It should have never been to that point.
No, true.
No, it should have been. That was an offensive foul, clearly pushed off. If we're being fair, Purdue got a couple of favorable calls in the first half of that one, but that was such a crucial. Like, the game was on the line. That possession lost them the game when a clear push off. But let's not live in the past. Let's talk about the present. 5.5. Trevor, why don't you go first on this one? Is this number too big?
Absolutely. This Duke, everybody's penciled in Duke's winning it all. Duke. Fuck out of here with this Duke shit. This is a grown man team with Kelvin Sampson with a full week to prepare. Let's not forget, last year in the Sweet 16, Houston lost 54-51 to this Duke team. And now they're coming in with freshmen and everybody. I'm not saying they're not good. It's a really good team, but these are grown-ass men on Houston. And Kelvin Sampson with a week to prepare, not to mention the physicality that Houston plays with. I know Duke plays good defense, but they've never seen anything like this. And this is not in Cameron Indoor where they beat Auburn early in the year. And again, that's early in the year, so things are still getting worked out. I love Houston in this. The only if Houston's going to get called for fouls for the way they play, they're screwed. Like, they're just cooked. But they have great defense. They have 2 bigs down low. They're elite at offensive rebounding. They shoot elite. This is Kelvin Sampson's best team when it comes to like making shots and being able to hit threes and consistently score points. Like, they're not living trying to win 55-52 against teams this year. Like, they can put up points. So I really like Houston here. I'm in Houston 5.5 and the money line. I get it. Duke's great, but this is grown men ball versus a bunch of freshmen, and you got John Shire first, second year or something. He's made a little run, but Kelvin Sampson is hungry. He's been in this position. Things haven't always fallen through. You know, Jamal Shedd got hurt a couple years ago, last year, whatever, and that screwed their run. But this is an old team. This is a physical team. This is a team that can shoot. This is a team that can rebound. I think they shoot almost 40% from three or something like that. Like, they're always open. They kick it out. They don't go for rebounds. They tap them out. They tap them out and get wide open shots. So
they were doing that all night
Houston.
against Purdue over and over again with that. I was gonna throw something at my TV set.
Yeah, love Houston in this one. Love it. And Cooper Flagg under 19.5 points.
And Cooper. Oh, you know what? I'll put a text. I'll type that up on the screen because that is an interesting one. Flagg.
Well, you got to stop. Obviously, Con Knipple can go nuts, but Cooper Flagg is like the motor that drives this Duke car. And Kelvin Sampson with a week to prepare for this. He'll have a way to stop Cooper Flagg. Maybe Cooper Flagg will have the ball in his hands and they'll double him, and then he kicks it out and he gets some assists and shit like that. But I don't think he's scoring 19 points. Like, there were boosts up for him and Cryer or something to score like 15 plus. So, you just take those Flagg point boosts, and I'm sure they're probably free. The way he's been scoring. So, no thank you. Flagg under 19.5 points.
Scoop, agree, disagree?
I am going to disagree. Make it a little fun. So Duke is, by far is the best team in this tournament. It's why they're the favorites by 5.5, obviously. I think this was 4.5 when it opened. Now it's gone up to 5. This is actually what Trevor said. This is a rematch from last tournament when Duke beat the 1 seed Houston when you said that he got hurt. But this Duke team may be the best team in 10 years, better than those UConn teams. Actually, if you're looking at KenPom, they're the best team in 20 years according to KenPom's rankings. But like you said, this is the best team that Sampson has coached for Houston. The thing is with Duke, I feel like they're still the best team in the country on both ends of the floor. They're 9th in points per game, 7th in opponents' points per game, 6th in field goal percentage, 4th in opponent field goal percentage. I get Houston's great on both sides of the floor too. It's just that there's no way, kind of like Florida, there's no way I'm betting against Duke right now. Cooper Flagg and the rest of Duke's offense is better than Houston, even with Houston's half-court sets and 3 points, like you said. They're actually number 1 in the country in 3-point shots, Houston. But when it was 4.5, that was actually the shortest spread Duke has faced all season. They've been favorites by then all season, and at least they were tied with it. But the biggest thing here is Malauch on that big size is a big size advantage for Duke. He's going to be a big problem on the interior, I think, on both sides. He's not a big scorer. But he is a really solid defender, really great shot blocker, rebounder. It's going to be a mismatch for Houston down low. And if this is a game that Duke wants to run the floor, I think Houston struggles to keep up. As good as Cryer, Sharp, Juwan Roberts is, Duke's a way better team. I just feel, which sucks to say because I'm a Duke hater. I can't stand him. I really just like Duke. I would rather Houston win this whole thing out of all the 4 of these teams. But as great as Houston is defensively, they definitely are. They're right up there with Duke. They almost lost to a struggling Purdue team this tournament. The one time they played a really difficult offense in Gonzaga, they had to play up tempo and only won by 5. And that's with sorry toast, but Gonzaga with a below average defense to whatever their standards are. Duke's going to pressure you to take contested shots, even though he did well against the Vols. Tennessee just doesn't really have nearly the offense to even compete on the other side. Houston's very efficient, a great team, and I just think Duke's dominant right now, and when they're playing at its best, it's hard for me to see them losing. So I am going to take Duke. I did lay to 5.5. I have no idea on an over-under here. I can go either way. I actually have Malauch as scoring 10 points here if you want to get a points thing. 10 plus is plus 110.
So if you're asking where my heart is, I want to side with Scoop and take Duke because, like I said, I don't like this Houston team. A couple friends, Ski being one of them, that loves Houston. I would love to bet against them and talk some shit. But, Trevor, off the top of your head, how many times do you think Houston has lost by more than 5 this year?
By more than 5 this year?
They only have, 5 losses?
0?
0 is correct. Not a single.
Maybe Auburn?
4 losses?
Nope, they have not lost by more than 5 once this entire year. They lost by 1, they lost by 3, they lost by 5, they lost by 5. 3 of their 4 losses went to overtime. So the idea that we're just going to see Duke win comfortably seems kind of crazy. I mean, and I bet Arizona in covered. Well, actually, I think I don't think I actually placed the bet, but I picked Arizona on the show against Duke. They did cover at the end, and that was not a blowout. I mean, Duke was the considerably better team, and there was a while Arizona kind of had to fight back into it to cover. But Houston's a serious step up in competition from Arizona, same conference.
The issue with Duke, I mean, I said it all year. I mean, Duke didn't play anyone. I mean, it's the ACC, but I've said that in the tournament they'll struggle, but they did kill Baylor, they did kill Alabama, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. I mean, obviously Houston's awesome, so just could be the game where they finally see a competitive team. Thought that was Bama, but Bama's shots weren't falling, so we'll see what happens with Houston. I mean, yeah, 5.5's a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not. It's just hard for me.
Way too many, and we do have to mention. I don't think either of you really mentioned it here. We do have to mention the strength of schedule at some point. The ACC sucks, and I know we're deep into the tournament now. So Duke played. They played Baylor, Arizona, Alabama. The Duke has played a couple teams, and I'm not trying to discredit them at all. But if we're talking about the overall body of work, how do we not even mention that? I mean, Houston plays in the Big 12 and hasn't lost a game in 3 full months or 2 full months?
They lost one game in the Big 12.
Yeah, it's so crazy. There's no way. I got it.
Who was that? It was like Tech, right, or something.
It
was. It was a 1-point loss at Tech.
The Texas Tech on February 1st.
Gasland and Toppin or whatever got ejected 2 minutes.
Yeah. I remember. I had Tech. That was fun.
Nice. So I maybe a cool bet would be Duke to win, but Houston to cover in some kind of same game parlay. Duke to win a close. I just can't see Houston getting blown out. Their defense is too good. It's not in their DNA. So unfortunately, I would have to side with Houston. So
if you're guessing who the public side for this one, it would probably be Duke, 100%.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People love Duke. People love crowned Duke for the last 4 months. I think
the last I saw it was 75% was on Duke.
Yeah, then I'll have
to 4 different books.
KenPom's got this at 2 also, and it opened at 4.5. So obviously the books clearly either don't agree with KenPom or they're just we have to juice Duke up even more just because of what the public will do with that number. Laying 2.5, 2 points. So normally it's been a system for me to take the team that's laying a bucket, 3 points more than what KenPom has this year, but I can't do it here. This Houston team is going to be a defense Duke has not seen all year. So I think it's going to be smash mouth basketball. I think it's an under for sure. This feels like it's going to be a 62, 66 kind of game, something like that. So let's go Houston, money line, flag, do nothing.
Now, one last question before we close. Both games, if you guys were to give out one bet, your favorite pick, or any, doesn't have to be a pick against the spread or anything, one bet to hit for both games, Scoop, what would it be?
Florida money line.
Florida money line? Okay, so let's write that on the screen. What is that at right now? It's probably not that expensive. They're only laying 2.5. Looks like minus 148 you can get. All right, so Scoop's favorite pick would be Florida money line. Let me get the cool colors. And Trevor, one pick to hit. If you were to give out one pick for the entire Saturday, what would it be?
Oh, I can't wait for the comments to absolutely trash me for this. Cooper Flag under 19.5 points.
That's your favorite?
Yes. Kelvin Sampson with a week.
That's ballsy to go under Flag points. That's
I know.
Super ballsy.
Wow.
I get it. But we got a 135.5 total here. Duke's favored by 6, so their team total is probably going to be 70 or so. So you're going to tell me Cooper Flag is going to get over, around a third a year of their points roughly.
He's going to Paige Beckers it. He's going to Paige Beckers it.
Well, I'll pay to find out. But Kelvin Sampson with an entire week to prepare, and he knows he has to stop Cooper Flag. I expect probably some double teams making things physical and going at him offensively, trying to draw fouls. So I don't think he gets to 20 points here. Not to mention, his points are boosted with a little at 15 plus with somebody else for parlay. It's just bad omen. I like Flag. Just Kelvin Sampson will have something figured out for Cooper Flag.
My favorite pick would probably be Houston plus the 5.5 with that defense. You can't lay 2 full possessions. That's crazy. All right. I'm sure we'll talk about these games on the live show at some point as well, but we got it down. We'll got it uploaded that way in case crazy things we're too busy or something. All good. Later, guys.
I think the best, by the way, I think the best defense Duke played was Clemson.
Yeah.
So it's not like
That's
it's
what I'm
like a big like you know.
This is gonna be a shock to
Yeah,
the system.
it should be.
Well,
should
no,
be a fun game.
Arizona maybe.
Arizona, Arizona
Huff
sucks.
on Arizona, Arizona, they were whatever. Huff on our show last night really likes Duke's first half team total under. I think it's like 33.5. We've just been riding opponents playing Houston, just taking their team total under in that first half because it's a shock. So I don't hate that either. I'm riding it with them. We're squad riding it on our show. But this Houston game, I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 bets and just one for the Florida game.
Yeah, I'll be betting Houston. All right, talk to you guys later.